What is up, guys? Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about mortgage rates. Of course, we're here to see what's going to happen in 2024. So if you're a homeowner, okay, you already own a home or you bought it in the last 1 or 2 years, or let's say you bought during the pandemic or even before that. If you are a homeowner, this video is for you. We're going to be talking about projections on what rates are going to be next year and refinance opportunities to take out cash to consolidate high interest debt, renovations that you've been putting off, or even if you want to get into some, riskier assets like cryptocurrency. I do have a few people I'm working with right now that are taking out some home equity lines of credit and making some bets on risk assets. I'm not a financial advisor, so please consult with your financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but this is, I'm just sharing with you what some people are doing. So let's quickly take a look at interest rates over the last 1 to 2 years. So once the Fed started raising rates, as you can see here, rates peaked a little bit about a year ago, November 2022, around 7%, came back down, went sideways, and then we peaked again, actually, November 2023. So we were at almost 7.8%. So basically, if you bought in the last 1 year, a year and a half, basically right before this big spike, right? So August 2022 rates were 4.99, and then they kind of jumped very quickly in a couple of months to almost 7%. So if you have a mortgage at 7% or higher, this video is specifically for you because you're going to have a refinance opportunity, if not right now, very shortly in the future, in early mid 2024. So let's say you bought a year ago or sometime in the past year, or even maybe a couple of months ago. If you closed on your house over the last 2-3 months, you're looking at a high 7% rate. I actually helped, a few people buy and their rates were above 7%, right? In the 7 to 8% range. So, and look how quickly we've come down. We've gone from 7.79 to 6.6 in the last month. Okay, so if we were to refinance today, these are mortgage rates as of today. So if you had 20% equity, excellent credit, you'd be looking at a 6.375, right? So that's about 1 to 1.5% lower than the last couple of months. So you're going to have an opportunity to really lower your payment. And just to go on a mortgage calculator and see what the difference is, if you refinance into a 6.375, you're looking at a $4,300 payment. Whereas if your rate was, let's say, 7.5 a month ago, you're looking at a $4,800 payment, right? So that's $500 a month, right? So $500 a month, if we multiply that by a year, that's $6,000 a year times 30-year mortgage. That's 180 grand in savings, just from going from 7.5 to 6.3. So huge difference. Another thing that I'm seeing a lot of, besides refinancing over the next year, which a lot of people are going to do. So if you're interested, you can always click the link below, schedule a call, and we can talk about your scenario and see if it makes sense to refinance now or set you up to refinance in the next 12 months, because rates are going to continue to drop. As rates continue to drop, you don't want to refinance multiple times, because what's going to happen is every time you refinance, there's some fees involved, right? So let's say you're at a 7.5%. It may be tempting, and I totally get it. It may be tempting to refinance right now, but if you refinance right now to 6.3, rates might be 5.3 in the next 6 months. So that's something you got to forecast and look at. Like, do I want to refinance now and then refinance again in 6 months? You could do that. Or you might want to wait and just do it in one shot and just lock it in. Because again, every time you refinance, you're looking at, paying fees. So another thing that I think is going to be a big factor in the next 12 months, if you're a homeowner, we're seeing people pull a lot of home equity loans out. Okay, so I'm helping multiple people pull out home equity loans right now. Some are using the money for renovations on their home. They're paying off high interest debt. Home equity loans are around 10% right now, which seems high, but if you have, $100,000 in credit card debt and your rate's at 20, 25%, going from a 25% to 10, that's a no-brainer. So you're paying off high interest debt. or they're renovating. That's the main thing, they're renovating. Some clients that I have right now who are very much into the cryptocurrency space are taking equity out of their homes, placing essentially onto risky assets like Bitcoin or stocks, because they see, you're paying 10% interest, but on the other hand, if you get a 2, 3, 400% return on your money, then 10% interest, if you're getting a 400% return, is, it's a no-brainer as well. Again, not a financial advisor, but people are getting creative on how they're deploying their home equity. Right now, we have a record percentage of home equity in real estate. There's over $30 trillion. Just let that sink in. There's $30 trillion of equity in people's homes in the US. Okay. That's enough money to pay off the entire government debt, pay off the entire, the 30 trillion that we're in debt. The government's in debt. That could be wiped out just using the equity in our homes. So just think about that for a second. And because rates are high, a lot of people are not cashing out, right? Well, they weren't, but it's slowly starting to happen as rates come down. People are cashing out and using that money. You have that equity sitting in your home. Real estate is one of those assets where it's not super liquid. So when rates come down, I foresee a ton of equity being pulled, and the equity is going to be pulled to buy more real estate, renovate, and put into riskier assets. I mean, if you know what you're doing and you've done your research in investing, whether it's stocks, cryptocurrency, or more real estate, you're going to leverage, people are going to leverage the equity in their homes to grow that money. And that's what you want to do. You want to grow your wealth. Yes, owning one piece of property or two pieces of property, it's great. It is going to bring you a certain level of wealth, but why not continue to add to your portfolio? Why not take some equity, buy another investment property, have someone else paying off your debt? If you're a W-2 employee, one of the only tax advantages you have is mortgage interest, property taxes. These are some of the only tax deductions if you're a W-2 employee, right? Mortgage interest, property tax deductions are some of the best deductions you can get if you're a W-2 employee. So that's what I foresee over the next 12 months. We're going to see a lot of people refinancing just to lower their rate, which is totally fine. Like the example I just showed you, why not save $500 a month? I mean, who doesn't want to save $500 a month on their mortgage? Pay off high interest debt, do the renovations you've been wanting to do. A lot of people who bought homes put off renovating their kitchens and their bathrooms because they're tight on cash. Not everyone has $100,000 to $200,000 just sitting around to do a remodel. So they're doing some remodeling, and some people that I'm working with are buying additional real estate. I have clients who are in the construction business, and they're continuing to buy, properties that are in rough condition, rehabbing them and making a huge monthly net income, because after the renovations, they're able to charge a high amount for rent. And then again, some of my crazier clients, people like me as well, I'm in that crowd of, risk on in certain environments. And I've been a huge proponent of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin for, I bought my first Bitcoin in 2016. So I've been in the space for a long time. They're taking some of their home equity, placing a bet, and we'll see what happens. So the people like me who are very risk on and believe in crypto and understand the cycles, we foresee a very huge boom over the next 12 months. The thing is, it's already started, so if you're interested in the cryptocurrency space, really do your research, because Bitcoin was at 15, 16,000 and it's already at 43, 44,000 as of today. Other cryptocurrencies like Solana were at $15, $16. Today, they're over $90. They've over 5 or 6x'd in the past year. So a lot of the huge life-changing gains have already happened. Yes, there will be more gains to be had. That's for sure over the next year. But really do your research. I don't suggest taking out a home equity loan to do something like that unless you're really, really experienced. So do your research on that. But I think over the next 12 months, we're going to see a lot more activity. As interest rates come down, we're going to see more sellers more real estate transactions happening. So if you have any questions, you would like to schedule a call, looking to buy real estate, sell real estate, get financing, get a HELOC, click the link below, schedule a call. Me and my team would be happy to help you guys out. Have a wonderful holidays, and I'll see you guys on the next video.